Apart from Governor Uzodinma's outstanding performance in the area of physical infrastructure, in building of roads across the state, and transforming the face of Owerri as the capital city of Imo within a short period, in building roads across the state in Owerri, in Okigwe, Olo, and virtually everywhere. We've been able to deliver physical infrastructures in health, in education, in other social services. Most importantly, the fact that we've been able to sanitize our civil service. Before now, we had a situation where ghost workers dominate the payroll of the civil service, making it difficult for government to actually identify the real workers with the aim of taking care of the people who work. The governor came on board and took his time to sanitize the civil service, so much so that today the true civil servants don't wait for anybody to pay their salaries. Salaries are promptly paid as and when due. I also need to point out the fact that Imo State Governor tried to carry all arms of government along: the judiciary, the executive, and of course the legislature. The legislature has been quite peaceful. The leadership of the legislature has changed hands without any crisis. The former speaker is still at par, flowing with the current speaker and the entire leadership of the House. The House is in order, there is peace. This can only happen under the supervision of a governor such as distinguished Senator Uzodinma. The oil and gas sector has witnessed an uncommon sanity. Distinguished Senator Uzodinma brought on board his wealth of experience in the private sector, and in particular in the oil and gas sector, where he played a major role many years before now. And so all the oil companies operating in Imo have not had problem enjoying a conducive environment, enjoying a hitch-free operations within their host communities. And this is not by accident, it's by a special leadership arrangement between the governor and the host communities on one hand, and oil producing companies on the other hand. So here we have Imo State, an oil and gas producing state, hosting probably the highest number of oil companies operating anywhere in the Niger Delta, and there are many of them. So it is not a surprise that today the first private refinery is located in Imo State. Is not by accident. It's by a special contribution of Imo State government in that sector. Senator Uzodinma has done well in ensuring that that sector is properly harmonized and harnessed in the interest of Imo people for growth and development. The gas find taking place in Uzodinma is going unhindered, going on progressively. As in the next couple of months, gas production will become the in thing in Imo State, and it's going to be the biggest in West Africa. When the governor came on board, one of the first things he did was to bring back to life the moribund Imo Oil Producing Development Company Limited, which was incorporated many years ago but was put in the files under the carpet. That company had been dusted, restructured, reviewed, and the share capital progressively reviewed upwards. And today, Imo Petroleum Development Company has bidded for a marginal oil field from the NNPC under the supervision of Department of Petroleum Resources, and successfully has been allocated an oil marginal field, Ihioma field here in Imo. So Imo people are proud owners of an oil marginal field. This is unprecedented. It has never happened in the history of Imo State. Similarly, Imo has suffered in the hands of neighboring states who appropriated some of our oil wells. From onset, distinguished Senator Uzodinma embarked on a fight to recover all the oil wells that belong to Imo State. And so this he has successfully carried on through the federal agencies responsible for our borders, the National Boundary Commission and Office of Surveyor General of the Federation, in partnership with the neighboring states, rivers on one hand, and very soon with Anambra. We've been able to define our borders. We've been able to properly demarcate our boundaries, a stretch of about 123 kilometers from Uguta to Ngobala, covering about 4 local government areas of Uguta, Ajibema, Owerri West, and Ngobala. And so it's easy for Imo to count his blessings within the oil wells that are located within the confines of our borders, boundary Imo, Ajibema, in Uguta. Hitherto, those oil wells were ceded to River State. And so I once more thank Governor Uzodinma for doing all the things he has been doing, and thank Governor Uzodinma for using the same opportunity to focus on development of communities hosting oil in Ajibema, Uguta, and Oruis. Within the 1 year, I'm sure you know that maybe Uguta Road is ongoing. The Our Mama Njaba Road is also ongoing. Distinguished Senator Uzodinma just last week has compelled the NDDC to come back to site on the Avo Adapamete Kuru Road. In Uguta, there is a new health center built by this government around the Acre area. There is a police post that is being renovated to a full-fledged police station. There is a water bore also put in those areas, and there is a renovated and expanded primary school block built by distinguished Senator Uzodinma. Now, these amenities were put in place to give those oil-producing communities who are on the border the true sense of belonging. We have same in communities such as Etekuru in Ajibema, Udike, and Ajibema, where there is a health center, there is borehole, there is a solar power system. There is same in Ebema West, in Abacheke, where the health center is also built, and the borehole and all that. So, and of recent, the Imo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission has advertised several other projects covering roads, health center, primary school renovations, and so on and so forth, that will be awarded in a couple of weeks from now. The Imo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, which was my baby, that I was able to bring to life through my private member bill in 2006, has been moribund, especially between 2011 and 2019, when Owele Rocha Sokrocha ran supreme here as governor. That commission has since been brought back to life, the board properly constituted, and the management put in place to focus on the developmental needs of the people of Uzodinma, Opiah, and Oru East. These are signs that the governor means well for the oil producing communities of Imo State.